Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh,
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Boss Life Online's YouTube channel. I am Gio, and I am the content creator for Boss Life Online. And as I always say, this channel may not be for everybody, but it is for somebody. Now, I just want to talk about what we're going to do today. I've met so many people on YouTube, so I just wanted to do a live about how we met and let people know how we met, and that YouTube is just not about just putting up a video and all of this stuff. You can meet really good friends on YouTube. Okay, my first guest was the mother and daughter, but something has happened, so they probably won't be able to be on the show today. But I am waiting for my other guest, Marlene, to get in the back office, and then we're going to get this party started. So in the meantime, while I'm waiting, let me talk about Boss Life Online and what it's all about. Boss Life Online is about showing you how to make money and then showing you how to advertise in viral mailers and other advertising sites. Okay, so that is what Boss Life is all about. If you have a home business and you have not been getting any prospects, then come over to my channel and look at some of my viral mailer videos to show you how to promote in those, because those are the hottest ways to promote your business, because when you email from those types of sites, it goes straight to people's email. So what a way to get noticed. So I see that my guest Marlene is in the back. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get started here. So guys, have you ever wondered how some people stumble upon amazing connections, forming friendships with YouTubers that they admire? From chance encounters to online collaborations, get ready for a heartwarming and inspiring tale of how these incredible YouTubers became more than just faces on a screen to me. Ladies and gentlemen, the How We Met collaboration. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my first guest is none other than my friend Marlene Motivates, and she is on the screen now. Hey, Marlene.
Hey, Jill, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Now, you know what this is all about. It's about telling people how we met. First, I would like for you to start on how we met on YouTube and then go from there. And then we're going to talk about some other things. So go ahead, Marlene.
Sure. Well, how we met on YouTube, I think this was back in the end of 2018, and we were both, pretty new in our content creating. We didn't really, I can say for me, I didn't know what I was doing. So I was just, I just had got out of therapy, and I was really excited to have this new life healed from my painful past and the traumatic events that I went through. And I just was like starting to put some motivation out on my channel, but I was still very unsure of myself. I was doing the motivation, but I still didn't fully believe in myself. And that's when I met you. I remember you came into, I think we both were on Lisa Carter, Carter Eats channel. And I saw your name and I was like, oh, the Boss Life Online. I said, I need to be a boss. That's the first thing that came to my head. I said, yes, I need to be a boss. So I need to connect with her. But you know how, like, when you just start in that walk of getting to know yourself, you know what you need to do. But I wasn't sure of myself enough to even say, hey, how can I be a boss like you? But after a while, when we started to see each other, and then I think I had asked you to help me with something, and I kept emailing you, and then you were like, this is enough. Just call me, and you gave me your phone number, and that's how it started.
Yeah. And tell them about how you felt about that phone number thing.
Oh, for everybody who don't know, I'm a very private person, and I think because I had got burned by another YouTuber, not too, it wasn't too long before I met you. I got burned by a YouTuber. I gave them my phone number, and they, were spreading my personal information on their YouTube channel. So that's why I was a little I was like, I don't know her. I was like, I was like, I don't know if she's crazy. I don't know if she's whatever.
Wow.
So I was, how like when you get burned once by somebody, the second time you're like, hold on. I was like, I don't know. She could be crazy.
And you know I was not crazy, Marlene, but you didn't know because we had only, I think the way that you started to ask me questions was I came to your live
Mhm.
and you were talking the language that I knew about, and that was recovery. Okay, because
Mhm.
I had been out of therapy. I spent 5 years there, and so I said, "Oh, this girl here done been through something. I'm gonna go back to her channel." So when she went live again, I just kept going back to her channel. And and when you keep doing that, keep supporting people, they notice that you keep coming to their channel. So
Right.
then that's when I believe Marlene started to email me.
Mhm.
And I'm not the kind of girl that likes to do emails. Okay, because see, one of the things is when I came to YouTube, I only was using YouTube just for uploading how to use my affiliate websites, and then my partner as well too. So that's all I was doing. I wasn't trying to make no money. I wasn't trying to meet nobody until one day I clicked on something said alive. I think it was Jamaica Girl 123.
Yes.
That was way back in the day. And I went over there and she was talking about trying to, make money at YouTube. And so of course I'm already an affiliate marketer. I'm already having my own business, my own home business and stuff like that. So it just went ching, 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 ching. So I stayed the whole 2 hours listening to her talk about monetization, talk about, how much money you can make in YouTube. I said, I can make this here my third money maker. And so that's how I came to YouTube. And then, like she said, we met then I started meeting a lot of people,
Yes.
And then I ran up on Living Your Best Life. And just like she said, my name, The Boss Life Online, attracted her. Her name attracted me because that's what I was doing, living my best life. And so when I went on Marlene's channel and she was talking a lot of recovery talk about loving yourself, and I could just tell this girl has been through something. Okay. And see, and I said all of that to say this. I come with experience in being a boss. I came to YouTube with experience in how to make money. I did not come here boasting about it, because that didn't make, what was that going to do? Okay. For one thing, I come here trying to figure out how to make money on YouTube. That was my real reason for coming on here. And my why was to find out how to make money on YouTube. So Marlene didn't know that about me at first, and here I am. Like I say, I'm not the kind of girl that's going to be talking through no text and emails. I am a girl that likes to build relationships.
Right.
Okay, because that's what I was taught in the affiliate world and the home business world from my mentors. You build relationships with people. Even if you just take it just as far as the business relationship, there are some people you're going to actually be friends with. And then there are some people you just going to just help and they're going to move on and make you a bunch of money. Right. Okay. So I come here with the experience and the know-how of how to build a relationship. And I wanted to have a relationship with Marlene because I already know the girl done been through something and she made it. Gio went through something and I made it. So that's why I told her, I said, child, I ain't got time to be talking to her on no email and all of that. She just gonna have to call me. She don't call me when I ain't answering her. That's what I said to myself.
And I never told you this, but when you said call me, I said, well, if I find out she's crazy, I'll just block her.
That's funny, Marlene, because I was saying, well, if she don't call me, I'm not going to even bother with that because I don't talk on no. If it's something about business and you want to know what it really is, then you need to have a talk on the phone, or we can meet somewhere where we can see each other face to face or something like that, So she did call me and she was, hey, my name is good. I said, what?
Yeah, those were my shy days. I was very, 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 I was very shy back in 2018. Very.
Now we met in 2019.
Yeah.
And I was like, Marlene, I can't. First of all, I was just calling her Living Your Best Life on the phone. And then I say, why am I calling her that? That's not how you build no relationship. People love recognition. People love for you to call them by their name. And they just love it. So I come here, with all of this experience on how to build a relationship and how to build the ones that's really important to you. And she was important to me. Now, when I was like, why am I trying to build a relationship with her? And this is when I first talked to her. Here she go. I can't
Yeah.
hardly even hear her.
Yeah.
And
And I was
go
and
ahead.
I was like, just turn up the volume on your phone. I said, that's all everybody says. I said, just turn your volume up.
Lord have mercy. And I was like, girl, you got to speak up because can't nobody really hear you. That's annoying, you know?
Mhm.
So after a while, every time she had a question, she would call me. And that's how me and Marlene started to build our relationship uh, outside of YouTube. And then as we build trust with one another, we start, sharing things about each other's lives and things like that. And that's when I found out that she had seen a therapist. And then I said, you too, me too, girl. I was in there. And then I think that was it. It was all over after that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
it was.
became really good friends when we found that out. But it took a couple of phone calls
Hmm.
for us to jail. So what happened after we figured out that we, both were in recovery from whatever it was we was in there for, and tell them what else happened after that.
Well, okay. Well, my whole thing, I'm just going to be transparent. When I just had met you, Gio, I had just finished therapy, and I had the way that I grew up coming from having, 9 siblings, I was used to everybody doing everything for me. And when I met you, I was just used to people just doing things for me. And I was like, can you do that for me? Can you do that for me? Can you do that for me? And I knew I could tell like the third time that I asked you to help me, like you didn't have an attitude, but I could tell you were irritated with me. And I was like, what's wrong with her? And I was like, what did I do? But it was the first time like somebody had actually told me I could do things on my own. And that was very tough for me. I think that people get it wrong, like when people say the youngest child are spoiled, but I don't really think it's spoiled. I wasn't spoiled. I was I don't I like my independence was taken away. I didn't know that I could do things on my own. So when I met you, I knew that God brought you into my life because it was just my first walks of trying to do certain things on my own, and you helped me with that. You were like, you can do it. Here's the steps. Here's a video. Do this, do that. And I was like, yeah, I can do it. And the more that I learned how to do that, it helped not only me, but it helped me to actually see that I can be supportive of other people too when they do things. So you don't even know you gave me a gift.
Oh,
You
Marlene,
did.
thank you
You
for
did.
telling me that. Because so a couple of times once we got off the phone, I would think to myself, was I too hard on her? Hope she called me back. But I think that God don't make mistakes. He knew exactly to put us together because we really needed one another.
You
Okay.
did.
Now, I saw Marlene blossom from on her videos to the Marlene that she is today. Now, it didn't happen overnight. She took
Mhm.
one step at a time to get to where she is today. And I really love her. And we have done so many collaborations together. Okay.
Yeah.
And see, I'm like this Geo, I'm like kind of like straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Don't say what I got to say. And that's it.
Mhm.
Marlene is more gentle,
Yeah.
but she will put you in your place. Okay.
Yes.
Don't get it twisted. All right. Now, she will. All right. But what happened when we decided that we wanted to meet each other?
Yeah, I think when I decided that I wanted to do some more things for YouTube and business, and I didn't know how to do certain things on the computer. And I think that's when you said, well, I'll come down there and I'll help you. I'll get you started. And I was rolling my eyes.
You were?
I was rolling my eyes because I was like, Oh boy, because that means I'm gonna have to be accountable. I think that was the last thing before my therapist pushed me out the door. Is I didn't have a problem with starting things. My issue always had been I had a problem keeping up the same momentum. And you
Right.
were the one, and you were the one. You came into my life at the right time. You were like, "Well, did you finish it?" And you're like, "I finished mine." And I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess I'll, I guess I'll finish mine."
Oh my God. And she would, let me tell y'all something about Marlene. She
Mhm.
would come up with the best ideas. And I just loved her for that. I said, oh yeah, let's do it. And then we would make a date and stuff, and I'd get mine done the next day. And then I called. I said, Marlene, I'm ready. I got mine done. She said, you have?
I was like, "Okay."
And I'm like, come on, girl, stop procrastinating. You can do this.
Mhm.
She has gotten so much better. See, like I say, God don't make mistakes. And when, he put the right people in your life, if you just pay attention, because there are people still out here that want to be your friend for real,
Yeah.
and if God does it, they can't help but be your friend because that's just the way it's gonna go. Okay.
Mhm.
So after she learned me, she probably, I'm just gonna be transparent too, Marlene.
Mhm.
Now she probably was calling me all kinds of names because wait a minute, don't say nothing yet, Marlene.
Okay.
Because not bad names, but she pushy, she this, but I I was not gonna hold Marlene's hand
Yeah.
because if I held her hand, she would not learn nothing,
Nope.
you know. And sometimes I felt like maybe I was being a bit hard on her, but I wasn't because look at the Marlene today.
Yes.
So go ahead and say what you want to say, Marlene.
Yeah. Well, when I first met you, I used to be like, man, I was like, she got to be on my back like that. I was like, okay. And you don't know, but behind the scenes, I'm going to try to say without crying, but behind the scenes, I have been asking God, can you give me a really good friend?
Oh,
I did.
yeah. Well, you got one.
I know. Yep.
And the thing about me and Marlene's relationship, I don't think we ever, I think a couple times, we know how to talk to one another
Yep.
and respect one another. And we
Mhm.
know that we love one another. So if there is a problem with us, we can talk about it. If
Yeah.
there is something that Marlene did or said or whatever, I can talk to Marlene about it. And I'm not afraid to, and I'm not afraid not to talk to her about it because I know that we are mature enough to not let it affect our friendship.
Right.
Those the type of friends I like because everybody is human. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is human. And we
Mhm.
all make mistakes, and we're not going to always be, perfect for one another. We might do something that the other one said, now, why she go and do something like that? You
Yeah.
know, and stuff. But we can see it's communication is the
Yes.
key to any relationship. You have to talk to that person, you
Yeah.
know. So what you have to say about that, Marlene?
Yes. And I had to say, yes, communication is important. But my whole thing is that you can know somebody and you can see the good in them, but you don't feel like you can say what you want to say because they're going to go all the way left field, or they're going to blow up on you, or they're going to ghost you or something like that. I remember when you were telling me things that I knew that I needed to to do in my life, but the way that you said it, I knew that you were saying it in love, but not like you weren't trying to attack me. I didn't feel that way. So
Right,
I think that's what helped me to like go after and start doing things and completing it, because I knew that I had your support. I knew
right.
that.
And we stuck together here on YouTube
Yes.
because Well, child, let me just say this, honey. I had no idea there were so many YouTube crazy people on YouTube. Bullies,
Mm-mm-mm.
trolls, people that were just mean, you know.
Drama.
And I used to be one of the really to make videos and tell people off and do what I want to do.
Yep.
You know, that old Geo came back. I said, oh, no, you're not finna, you know. And so I would call Marlene in tears sometimes. I just want to just choke them down, you know.
Yes.
Oh, Marlene did, and Marlene would be right in there with me. Yeah, yeah,
Yes. Like,
let's
who
do
we gonna
this.
beat up? Who we gonna beat up? Yeah, let's do this.
That's the kind of relationship we have. And then we both would just get the vent out. We would vent. And then Marlene would always say, now, you know, Gio, you the boss life online. You can't be acting like that. And no response is the best response. And I used to be like, no, shut up. Ain't nobody want to hear that right now. I want to beat somebody. But, you know, I listened to her. And I said, you know, that is true because silence speaks volumes. Okay. And when you don't argue with a person, they can't argue back with you. So that is a lot of the things about how me and Marlene met. And then once we met each other and we start figuring out who we gonna allow on our channels and who we going to allow on you know in our lives on YouTube, that's when we got much better and we started getting tougher skin.
Right.
Well, we started saying, child, please, I ain't got, I can just block them. No, ma'am. And then we go on with our lives. And then everything that I wanted to do on YouTube, I would run it by Marlene. And then Marlene would give me encouragement to say, oh, yeah, go ahead and do it. And did you think about this? And did you think about that? That's why I love her so much because she has great ideas. But I had to get her to see, use your own ideas and get up and go do it because your path is to motivate folks. Yeah. You're supposed to be telling people how you made it.
Right.
And that's what you need to be doing. So once we both looked at the community guidelines, she changed her channel to Marlene Motivate. From living your best life to Marlene Motivate, you know. And I decided that I needed to go back to what I came here for, okay? And that was to tell people how to make money and tell them about my home business and how I made it. And that God was number one in my life because that's who saved it, okay? And after that, I think in 2019, we came up with Team Build with Gio.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And I called Marlene and I told her, I don't know if you remember what happened, but can you say what happened?
Without divulging too much private things, but I remember we both wanted to get monetized and we were having a hard time. And we was like, well, we need some help. And I was like, and I think you had said, let's make a team. And you was like, yeah, I'll call it Team Bill. And I said, no, you got to put your name on it because we were talking about branding. I said, right. And you said Team Bill. And I said, with Gio.
Right. And that's how we got the name Team Bill with Gio and how we came up with all the rules and things like that. And then after that, I think we met in Florida.
Yes.
Yeah, I flew down to Florida. I had never been to Florida. No, that's not true. I hadn't been in a while to Florida because the first time I went to go see a man, okay? That was long before I met Marlene, okay? And I had fun, but anyway, that's over. So I hadn't been, and that was in Miami. And so I hadn't been back in a long time. So when Marlene said, yeah, come on down. And so I flew to where she lived and we got together. And if you guys want to look at the videos, they are in a playlist on my channel and Marlene's channel. Okay, so and the first time I saw her, I was like, wow, this is really Marlene. She looks just like she looks on her lives. You know what I'm saying? And you know how when you know you got a good friend, you know how the feeling is. It's like warm and fuzzy, and your heart skips a beat, and you're just so glad that God put you together. That's how I felt when I first saw Marlene. Yeah. And we had a lot of fun together down there. And I was trying to hook her up.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was.
I was trying to hook her up with the man, and what he was? Best Buy.
Best Buy. You sure he was?
He really liked Marlene. Okay. And she wasn't having it. No. And I was like, Marlene, okay, got a job at least. But we had so much fun. I was talking to the birds and all of this here kind of stuff down there. And we went to the beach. We went to the thrift shop and stuff like that. And we also did a lot of business work while I was down there in Florida. So I think that helped you a lot by me coming down there.
Yeah, I think it boosted my morale. It recharged me. Like when you are trying to do your YouTube, I don't know who I'm speaking to, but I feel like I'm speaking to somebody. But when you're doing your YouTube and you don't have support from your family or other people around you, you kind of get discouraged. You feel like you're putting out your videos, or you feel like you're putting out things, but it's not getting the response that you want. And you feel like, why am I even doing this? But you coming down gave me a boost. It gave me some ideas. And it helped me to keep going with this. So you did that for me.
Oh, well, thank you so much for letting me know that, Marlene. Okay, we're going to change gears here. But anyway, guys, that's how we met. And that's how we, our friendship started. And it ain't changed. It's the same friendship. It just gets better and better as we grow into good people.
Right.
Okay. And so my next question for Marlene is, what sparked your passion to start creating a YouTube channel and content?
Well, through the years of being a content creator, my why constantly changed. When I first started off on YouTube, my why was just me doing things to prove to myself that I could do things. And that's why I was saying living your best life. But after I got past that and I started doing things that I knew I could do, then it was time for me to switch from needing a mentor to being the mentor. And that's when I changed it to Marlene Motivates.
Right. And you are great at what you do over there. If you're needing just some motivation every day, Marlene goes live every day on her channel, or every other day, or whatever the schedule is. But she's a great motivator. So if you're looking just to be uplifted, or if something is going on in your life, if you just go over there and listen to her or catch the replay, you'll be glad that you did. Okay, my next question for Marlene is, who are your biggest inspirations in this YouTube world or outside of it?
Well, I have to say, I can't even lie. My Heavenly Father is my biggest inspiration, because I know that if it was not for God, I wouldn't be here. I have to say that. I have to come correct. And then, of course, I have to say you. You came into my life at the exact moment that I needed friendship, I needed support, and I needed a kick in the butt.
I had a friend, and you remind me of Lisa. She was she's probably your age by now, or a little bit older. And I'm like, God, why do you put these children in my life? These children, these children, these kids. I don't have no patience for that. But I think that's why he put y'all in my life, because I had to learn patience. So I want to thank you for being in my life as well. Okay, so now the next question is, what are your long-term goals for your channel?
Well, I have a few goals, but my mentor that I have right now has told me to, learn to walk in silence. The things that you're trying to do, you know it, you work on it, and don't release it and tell other people until it's ready to be released. Because I don't want to put things out there and say I'm doing this, and this, and then it either don't work out, or maybe that's not something that's meant to be for me. So I know that great things are ahead for me and anybody who is in my path, because I am on fire to give motivation, to help people to know that no matter what you have been through in your life, that there is always hope and there is always greatness ahead. If you believe in yourself enough and have enough courage, you can do anything that you want to do.
Right. And I so agree with your mentor. You know, whatever you got planned, keep it to yourself. Okay. Until you're ready, like she said, to do it and release it. That's what I do. Most of the time, if I'm gonna do something, I just go do it. And people
Yes.
don't even know about it. I just say, bam! That's what I do, because
Yes.
I want to get my idea out there first. Now, if you go and you tell this person and that person and that person, and then
Mhm.
next thing you know, you see your idea on their channel.
Hmm.
Ah, and
Mhm.
but let me just say this: who you gonna get mad at?
Nobody but yourself.
Thank you, because you open your what?
Your big old mouth.
Thank you, because you thought that people were your what?
Your
Friend.
friends. Mhm.
Everybody on YouTube is not your friend. Most people that friend you probably trying to get you. This is what I learned. I'm just speaking for Geo, okay? That friend you, most of them just want to see what you're doing and copy you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, because it happened to me,
Yeah.
and I thought we were friends, and we weren't. Child, next thing I know, it was everything that I was doing was, also this particular person was doing it on their channel too. Never asked me, I really like what you're doing. Is there any way we could collaborate on this? Or nothing. They was just making it look like they came up with it.
Yeah. And that's the issue, Gio, that I have always had on and all social media, is when someone takes your idea and they don't give the credit. And in fact, they get mad if you report them or strike them, or like what they mad about, like, oh, anybody should be able to take anybody's idea. They say that's flattery.
But
Well,
now
I'm
I
not
don't feel
flattered.
no flattery. So that brings us to the next questions. Question, Marlene. What are some of the biggest challenges you faced when you were a new YouTuber, and how did you overcome them?
Um, I feel like the biggest challenge that I ever faced was actually knowing what I was supposed to do. I think all along I knew that I wanted to upload. I knew I wanted to be a content creator, but I didn't know what was my lane. And I feel like right now I know what is my purpose here. So that's what makes it easier. When you know what you're supposed to do, that's how you can do so consistently and with passion.
Right. Because my biggest challenge when I first came to YouTube was just not knowing what to do. You
Mhm.
understand? And getting, and then you listen to this person, you listen to that person, and then they saying something totally different, and you stuck in the middle, and you don't know what to do. And then another thing is, if you're a brand new YouTuber, read the community guidelines. That'll tell you what
Right.
to do. Okay, read what you can put on your channel, reuse content and repurpose content. If you're brand new, go to the community guidelines and read that. Because what happened is that with us is we saw other people doing things that were so easy, beach and rain sounds and bubbles and
Hmm. Yep.
all of this kind of stuff. And today YouTube ain't having that. too much. It's a way that you could do it, but you have to be on there showing your face, a picture, something,
Yeah.
talking about it. But if you're not doing it that way, they're going to call it either repurposed content, which means that it is not educational to your audience. It is mindless material.
Hmm.
Okay, and reuse content is when other people on YouTube, millions, it's billions of people on YouTube, and when you're using that same file, you got billion people using the same file, even if it's uh a non-copyrighted, they gonna call it reuse content because too many content creators is using it. Now, if I would have known this and read the guidelines for myself when I first come, that would not have been on my channel.
Yeah. See, but you know what, Gio? I think everything is a learning process. When we first start off here, I think you're just excited to be on here, and you don't really. It's just like life. You're learning where you fit in. You're learning what's your purpose. What am I supposed to do? Who can I trust? Just like life. And as you go along on this platform, you find who you can align with, who you can trust, and you definitely find out who you can't. You
Right. Yeah.
definitely find out that part. And
Well, you
I
find out that part first.
yeah, you find out that part first. And what I had to learn is I had to learn to not let the people who didn't like me, the people who were jealous or stealing your content or whatever it is, I can't let those people stop me from what my purpose for having my platform is. I actually, like they always say, make your haters be your motivators. So the more that people are against me, the more it puts me on fire for my dreams.
Right. So once we got monetized and stuff like that, I think that my interest start going toward what is YouTube really about?
Mhm.
What do they want? And that's how we created Information Girls.
Yes.
Okay, me and Marlene, because we started to read the community guidelines, or we'll call each other and then we'll read them together. I said, well, what do you think that means?
And I was like, child, I don't know.
And then what happened was next is YouTube put the YouTube assistant chat back in the back office. And I said, well, I'm going to go ask them because they should know. And most of the time we got the answers that we wanted. Okay. And so that prompted us both to look at our channels and change it and take a lot. I deleted a lot of stuff off of
A lot.
Boss Life Online because it just was not it was all over the place. It was, I needed to go, but I had to go find out what my why was.
Yeah.
Why did I come here? I came here to teach people and show people how to have a home business, suggest some home businesses, and how to make money. Okay.
Right.
And then how to advertise. That was my whys for coming here. Okay. And my main why was to tell them I made it, that God saved my life, that I would not be here right now without that. I did not have a home business until I asked God to take me back. I'm sorry. That's when God put me on the right path, put me with 5 or 6 good mentors, put me with the right therapist who suggested affiliate marketing. You can't tell me that was just luck, because my luck wasn't good. So I just deleted all my videos that was crazy, that was raindrops, beaches, all of this stuff, because it just didn't make any sense. And I went back to the path that God has put me on. And I learned a lot of that after we started Information Girls.
Right, right. And I agree with you, because it's not just my Marlene Motivates channel, but all my channels. I had to look back and I had to, if anybody has not already, you should write down what they call a mission statement. What do you say that this channel is? And then you got to stick to that. And I had never wrote a mission statement for my channel, what I had resolved, how it was going to be, who was going to be my target audience. And you have to get into all of those things, or you're going to just be throwing up anything on your channel, just throw up anything on there. And for me, I felt like it wasn't until I started to do that before I started seeing my numbers moving, because yeah, I had already passed my 1K on this channel, but I wasn't getting people to come, like, who were, what are they called, non, just supporters. And
Right.
that is who I'm trying to reach, is supporters. And when I started to just get into just sticking to motivation and not other things, then that's when my channel started to move.
That's right. Because once I got rid of all the craziness I had on there, trying to do some motivation and this and that, and beaches, and just a lot of crazy stuff
Yeah.
that was on my channel, and went back to just putting videos up about financial stuff and home business, that's when I started to get people that were non-creators.
Right.
Okay. And Marlene is so right. You have to write a mission statement, because when you get ready to get monetized, the first thing that the people do, the YouTubers, the people that look at your channel to be monetized, do is read your about page. That is your mission statement. What is your channel about? And then after they do that, then they go and look at all your videos and lives and see if you're talking about it. If 60% of your channel is not about your mission statement, child, you probably will not get monetized.
Or they're going to take it away.
Right. Or if you monetize and you all over the place with everything. So make sure that whatever you put on your about page, they read it, they can go to your channel and find those types of videos and shorts on your channel. Now, with the shorts, I think you can put up a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the long form videos is really what they look at to monetize you, because we don't get watch time for no shorts.
Yeah, but shorts, really, it doesn't matter what you use for shorts. But when it comes to your long form videos, to your premieres and your lives, those count.
Right. Okay, Marty, let me ask you this next question.
Okay.
What are some of the most popular videos on your channel? And why do you think that they resonate with viewers?
I think what my highest rating video was when I did a video talking about discouragement. I think that video right now has over 4,000 views. And I was like, what is going on? And I think that was one of the first times, probably about 4 years ago, when I was like honest. I just did a live and just say, this is crazy. I felt very discouraged that day. And I just opened up my heart and said why I felt discouraged. And I feel that a lot of people saw that, like my honesty, and the people connected with that.
Right. I remember that one. And you were very transparent, you know. Well, one of mine is don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle.
Oh.
I was like, what? You know, and I was just being Geo, just like I am today, you know, very transparent about what I've been through, how I made it, how God saved my life, you know. And so when I look at that video, I'm like, you know, have I changed? You know what I'm saying? Am I still that same Geo? Yes, I am. Because every chance I get and I open up my platform, I'm going to tell people how I made it. Because I promise God that if you take me out this tunnel with nothing but blackness, I'm going to open up my mouth and tell people God saved my life and this is how he did it. All right. So, Marlene, our last question is this. What advice would you give to someone starting their own YouTube channel?
Mm. Well, first, I would say congratulations because it's a journey, and it's gonna, just like me. You're gonna start off with wanting to do one thing, and it may change into something else. As your life change, as you mature, as you come into your own, you become more of you. You become more you. So I would tell you that find your why, have your mission statement, and align yourself with other people who will be supportive. You don't have to be doing the same type of content, but having people that you can trust, that you can share your ideas with. And when they get discouraged, when you get discouraged, you have to have somebody that will hold each other up. And I'm grateful that I have a good core. I think I have about 7 or 8 people right now who support me on this channel, and I'm really grateful for each of them.
Yes. And if you want to look at Marlene's channel, I'm going to put her link in the chat. Make sure that you go over and you join Marlene Motivate. She is such a great motivator. I always say this, motivators, you got to go through something and win. Okay? You got to go through something in order for people to be attracted to what you're talking about. Like, oh, shoot, she real. You know what I'm saying? She knows, she been through that, because you already know what it feels like, And so that's the kind of motivator Marlene is. She's very transparent on her channel. And I just love the death. And I'm glad that God put us together, Marlene. And I am glad that I met you on YouTube. And I am so happy that you came here to tell about how we met, girl. Now, my next guest is in the chat, and that's Be Amazing Sylvia. So I'm going to put the link down below for her channel. And then I'm going to put the StreamYard link, Be Amazing, in there. But Be Amazing is next, and she's another great friend of mine, and I really love her to death. I want to thank you, Marlene, so much for coming up and sharing how we met and all the, sometimes when you're friends with somebody, sometimes it's just time. I'm getting tired tongue here, but sometimes just to go back to reminisce.
Yes.
On how we met, it makes me really know the steps we took to keep our relationship. You know what I'm saying? And how the love just grew, to the top, and I am so happy about that. God bless you, Marlene. That's all I can say. All right. So thank you for coming up. And I'm going to put the link down for Sylvia to come up. All right. Okay. Oh, here she is. Anyway. So I will see you later, Marlene. And thank you for coming. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it all from Marlene Motivates. Her link is in the chat. And you are welcome to please go over and join her channel. So let me just take this off the screen. Okay, there we go. And my next guest is going to be Amazing Sylvia. Sylvia is going to come up in just a second and tell us how she met me. So this is the How We Met collaboration. Sylvia, and my next guest. And the reason why I chose Sylvia on how we met is because the first time I met her, she was kind of pushy. Okay. I know I know she wasn't expecting for me to say that, but y'all know I just have to tell it like it is, and this is how we met. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
all right. But she was pushing because she saw a good thing, and she wanted to be a part of it. And sometimes when we see something like that, you go woo 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 woo, And I was a type of leader. Is I understand that, so I say, Sylvia, just contact me and we gonna get this thing started. So, ladies and gentlemen, my friend since 2020, none other than B, Amazing Sylvia, and she's gonna tell you how she met me.
Hello, Gio. Thank you so much for having me. It is my honor to be here and to tell it like it TI is and be real about how we met. And she is 100% correct. I was so aggressive. I was pushing. I was impatient. I could not wait. I was like, wow. But I am the amazing Sylvia. For those of you who don't know me, hey, y'all. Like Gio said, in 2020, we met. And I was really new on these YouTube streets. I think I was close to maybe 1,000, probably a little under 1,000. And my goal was to get on here. I knew my why, but I didn't have the right circle of people. I was just grabbing folks and people were grabbing me, but it was not a foundation. It wasn't a support system. It was just people, hey, you follow me, I'm gonna follow you, but they didn't come and they didn't support. So I'm running on these YouTube streets and I was like, oh, who is this and what is this? So they was Team Build with Geo and they was over there talking about getting monetized, being a group, being a family. And I was like, oh, I think I done found what I've been looking for on these YouTube streets. So they was going back and forth and everything. And when I first came in, Geo did greet me. Hello. And I think my name at the time was the Amazing Sylvia, the Pink Warrior. So she was like, hello, welcome in. I am Geo, the content creator of Team Build with Geo. And this is a group where we help and we support everyone. And then I was like, well, oh, I want to be part of this. I want to do this. Because everybody was going back and forth, talking, chit-chatting, talking about watch hours, getting monetized. I was like, I want to be monetized. I want to be part of this. So she was like, okay, Sylvia. And I was like, I want to do it now. And she was like, no, that's not the way it works. I'm like, but I want in. You see, my mentality was, if I don't get her to commit to me right then and there, once we go off the live, she'll forget about me, because there's so much going on. I was like, no, we're not having this. I want her to commit right here now. So I'm pushing and pushing. And she was like, listen. She was like, listen, this is what you need to do. So she actually told me what I needed to do, and I wrote everything down. And then she told me to contact her in Instagram. So I was like, oh, God, I got an Instagram account, but I don't use it a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go find a password, set it all up, do all this mumbo jumbo. I was like, look, just say you're going to take me as your group, part of your group, and I'm going to be part of your family. She's like, no, it don't work like that. So but she, the leader she is, she had to make sure everything was unified. Everything was step by step by step. But once I did get all my Instagram and everything set up and I reached out to her, she responded immediately. Let me repeat this, guys. With Team Build with Geo, if you reach out to Geo, she will respond immediately. And in my opinion, on these social media tabs, if somebody responds to you within an hour, that is immediately. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying 1 or 2 minutes, but if they respond to you within an hour, and she did, and she told me everything I needed to do, and at that point, I don't think I had enough videos and things. So she told me some tips and tricks to get more. So I did all of that, and when I finally got a 20-hour playlist, because at that point we were doing 20-hour playlists, y'all. I finally got my 20-hour playlist and, I got in. And it was just amazing to be part of something so fantastic. And when I came in, green thumb, didn't know what I was doing. I was like, hi, y'all. I'm the amazing Sylvia. I need a 20-hour buddy. I had like 4 people. I'll take you. I'll take you. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I don't know what I'm doing. Wait a minute. Can't take all y'all at one time. I was like, look. And then Gio kept saying, she is new, everybody. Just get, she will take 2. Let her have 2. Let her get through the whole concept and understand how to do this and when to do it and what she needs to do. And then she said, next week when she comes, she can have 4. She can have how many she wants, but we got to make sure she can understand and handle what we're doing. So I got my people and I ran my little playlist and I followed the rules and everything. And then the 2 people I got, I forgot who they were. Excuse me, that was so long ago. They sent back and they showed the proof. So I understood how to send my proof. So I sent my proof. And then I was like, wow. Then I went in my back office. No, I wasn't monetized at that time. I was not monetized at that time. So I just kept going and kept getting people and kept rocking. I think within 3 months, I was monetized. And the thing about it, people, and when I think about this, it just makes me like teary-eyed for real, and makes me emotional because I think I was like maybe 100 hours away. And I think we were still doing it on Fridays, right, Gio? At that time? It was on
Saturdays.
It was Saturday. At that time, I was like 100, 115 away. And Gio pumped the brakes on everything. It was like, hold on, everyone. The Amazing Sylvia is 115 hours away from being monetized. She said, so I need everyone to play her, everyone in this group. Don't ask her to play you back because we need to get her monetized. And she took about 20 minutes of the group time to say, get this girl monetized. She is so close. So I had about 10 people. I'll play her. I got her. We got her. And I'm like, oh my God. And I was like, y'all couldn't see me, but I was sitting in the house like screaming. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to get monetized. Because it was just such a long struggle. And I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that was Saturday night. And I was like, okay. Probably by Monday morning, I'll see, people done played me and I will see. And then I think people from the replay, and I think Gio put something on her community tab that said, Be Amazing is very close. Can y'all go watch some stuff and do whatever? I don't know what the Sam Sage's Hill happened, but Saturday or Sunday afternoon, boom, I hit that goal. Sunday afternoon, I was like, And I text Gio and I was like, I'm monetized. She like, congratulations. She said, now just wait for the email from them. She walked me through the whole process of getting set up for monetized. By Tuesday, that following Tuesday, your girl was monetized. And I was in there. Yeah, in there. Boom. Yay. And I could not have done it without Team Build with Gio. And don't get it twisted. It's no I in team. So it's not just Gio, it's everyone. We got I think about 20 plus or more members. Everyone is supportive. Everyone is loving. Everyone is considerate. Everyone wants to make sure they got you. We got each other. And I just love this team to death. And I just can't wait till we have this big meet and greet. And we're trying to do it for 2024. We all need to talk about it. We keep saying we're going to do it, but I think we need to do it. But we got to find, I guess, a mutual place where everybody can meet and it won't be so expensive on one person or another, to get to that place. And it'd be nice to have a weekend, all of us together. We all can be on that same panel side by side. And just to see you beautiful, amazing people in the flesh will be awesome. Right. This is a family, y'all. This is a family. I promise you. These people and Team Build with Gio treat me better than some of my biological people. And I'm not saying that in a bad way because a lot of people don't have time, but Team Build makes time for you. They make time for you. They support you. They help you. And it's just awesome. And I'm just so grateful that God took me in that live. And I'm grateful that God touched down on Gio and said, don't push this little pushy chick out, give her a chance and let her, you know, you can see past that aggressiveness. Cause I was a little aggressive, but I was frustrated because I just kept pushing on these YouTube streets and I wasn't getting anywhere. I wasn't getting anywhere. Wasn't getting support. I wasn't getting love. It was just like, everybody like, what can you do for me? That's how it was. And Team Build with Geo is not like that. We are loyal. We are one. We are a group. We are a family. We take care of each other. And we don't expect nothing in return. Anytime Geo pop up and be like, hey, y'all, so and so close to being monetized. Everybody get on that bandwagon. Everybody get on that second, third, fourth channel and run those playlists because that's what we do. You will, and I guarantee you will get monetized if you join Team Build with Geo. Join the membership is $199, the best $199 you will ever spend in your entire life. I've been a member 3+ maybe almost 4 years. I don't even remember. I just know I've been a member for a long time and I ain't going nowhere. I promise you.
Right.
So
And I just love Be Amazing. It's never that. Yes, she was a pushy, but child, I was used to that. All I know is that she was going to do and follow the rules like everybody else because I had it set up where if you follow the rules, you will learn it and everybody be on the same page because that's what a team is. When everybody is on the same page and reaching for the same goal, that's when you win. Okay. And I'm about a team. I'm on the team too. And I got to follow all the rules. So as me and Sylvia got to know one another, and I started to go on her channel, I said, oh my God, this girl is a survivor, And I started to listen to some of her videos on how she made it, how God saved her life. And now I understand why God saved you, Sylvia, so that you can help so many other people to make it through cancer, breast
yes,
cancer.
yes,
To,
ma'am.
to let them know that hey, survivor, you ain't even saying to the people, okay, well, you got cancer. No, you greet them like, hey, survivor, even though they haven't started chemo or
Mhm.
anything like that. You letting them know right out, Sylvia, that they gonna make it.
That's right. That's
And
right.
see,
You have to.
right, and that's how come God put you down here. So don't you let anybody ever tell you, oh, your channel is boring or your channel is this. No, whenever God touches your life,
Mm.
everything gonna work.
Amen.
And
Amen.
if people don't like it, they can battle with God, which they gonna lose. Cause
You got that right.
right, I tried to battle with him and lost. I had to say, I'm sorry, take me back. And as I got to know Sylvia, I got to know her as a kind person, okay? And she's a go-getter. Okay. When Sylvia said her mind or something, she finna do it. Okay. And so I started asking Sylvia if she want to be on this small collaboration team that I was putting together. It was Marlene, myself, Pandy, and Sylvia. And we started out. What did we start out with?
Was
The
it the outstanding feature channel show?
no, I think that one came after the
Oh, we
love.
did the love show, and then before that we did the drop the link.
Yeah, we did drop the link. It was me, Pandy, Sylvia, and the Ranger. Don't be a stranger to the Ranger, okay? And so we started out on that, and that worked really, really well. And then I say, well, shoot, these are good people. Let me see what else we could do. So then I came up with the Outstanding Featured Channel Member Show, because when you have channel members, you have to show some appreciation. So we came up with that show and the Love Channel Member Show. And I'm saying that because whatever I ask Sylvia or Pandy to be in, they are there. You know,
I
and
don't know. I don't know how to say no when Geo come up with something. I mean, and most of the time I'm burned out, I'm tired, but I never say no. I'm like, I got it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And if I can't do it every time, I'm gonna be some way, somehow part of it. I am. Because I want my name on it. Because a lot of times, everybody, whatever Geo touch turns gold. Let me repeat that. I don't think the people in the back row heard that. Whatever Geo touch turns to gold. Right now we are, and we try something different because we want to keep flavor in the channel, in the group. So now we're working on Wednesday lives, which is fire, y'all. Fire every Wednesday, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Each person get a half an hour to talk about whatever and anything they want. And we bring it every Wednesday. We all bring it. Yes, I'm giving it a shout out. Yes, I'm telling y'all about it because we want to see y'all this coming Wednesday. Okay?
right. And so and another thing about the team is whenever I want to do something, I just present it to them. I just don't go do it because I'm a part of this team. And everything that I bring to them, I just bring it to them. Hey, look, this is what I want to do. This is the benefit. Who with me? Most of the team always with me. Pandy, Sylvia, Marlene, Emma, just the mother and daughter, everybody, is with me. So this last time, I believe that God gave me this because I wasn't really thinking about it, and it was for us to collaborate with each other on Wednesdays from 5 to 9:30. Everybody, like she said, get a half an hour, and we talk about whatever we want. And then now I'm like, this, whatever God downloads in my head, that actually, Sylvia, turns to gold. Okay? I just think that this collaboration that we're doing, the live collaboration on Wednesdays, is gold because all of us bring something different. Not only that, you can put it in your playlist, okay, if you're looking for content. So we do a lot at Team Build with Geo, and every time that you see me doing a collaboration, you're going to see Sylvia.
I'm going to be in there. Yeah, get in there. I am in there on fire tonight because that's just what it is. Because guys, a lot of people get on YouTube for different reasons. I got on because, like Gio said, God saved me, and I had a message, and I am sharing this message. I'm sharing.
Right. Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. D-Flow, thank you so much. D-Lo Flow TV, I really, really appreciate you being in the chat. Marlene, I love you, girl. Marcus, thank you so much for showing up. I believe Marcus is from Germany. Thank you for showing up. And D-Lo Flow is from the Philippines. Tuba Chat is in the chat. Thank you so much for showing up, Tuba Chat. I truly appreciate it. And my other friend, Angela, was in the chat. Thank you so much for coming, Angela. Now, we're going to talk about, now that y'all found out how we met and things like that.
Hey, Gio, Pandy in the chat too, boo.
Yeah, Pandy. I didn't say Pandy.
I didn't hear it. I could be missing it, though.
Here she is. Pandy is in the chat, which is my next guest who's going to tell how we met. Okay? All right, now. So I just want to go back to Sylvia and just say this about Sylvia is that she is an excellent, well, let me just say it like this. She is a precious child of God, okay? And she is one of the best prayer warriors I know. You can pray, Sylvia, okay? And she will pray for all of y'all that wants to get prayed. And tell them about what that's about, Sylvia.
Yes, about a year and some months. No, I think it's been might been 2 years. I don't know. God, I'm just saying, God put it on my heart one day. Let me back up a little bit. This originated because my sister, my dear sister who passed away in 2022. So yeah, it's 2022. My sister passed away October 2022. She was the prayer warrior. She was the one that laid hands. She was the one that touched and anointed people. God used her all day. She had a illness. She was sick. And just a short form of it, they told her she will live 5 years. My sister lived 30 years. So God was using her during that time. And she prayed and she anointed and she blessed and she made things happen for people. So she passed away October 2022. So that, hurt my soul and hurt me so bad. But then, as I was grieving and thinking about her all the time, God put it on my heart in like December of 2022. Sylvia, you pick up where she left off. And I was like, really? I'm not Stephanie. I'm not Steffi. I'm not that praying person. I pray and I believe and I trust, but I don't pray for others. I don't know how to pray for others. But God was like, figure something out, basically. And I was like, okay, I hear you. Let me see what I gotta do. 2 weeks later, the first Tuesday, January 2023. I said, you know what? I see people doing car chronicles on these YouTube streets. You got to find that niche. People doing it, but you got to make it your own. So I seen a lot of people doing car chronicles. I'm like, oh, I see a lot of people watching and looking at it. Let me do some praying car chronicles. Tuesday, car chronicles. I'm praying for you. That is the title of each Tuesday prayer. So basically, what I do is I do the video every other Tuesday. I don't do it every Tuesday because I want to give people enough time to put their prayer requests in and then I write them down. So what I do is like if you say, I'm having trouble sleeping. I need help with my sleep. So that's what I wrote down. Having trouble sleeping. I put the person channel name because I shout out the channel. As I pray for you, I put your channel picture up there. I put your link in the description because I want people to go over there, check you out, and bless your channel. But I'm going to bless your soul and I'm going to pray for you. So I just write down that little tidbit. And then once I start praying, I pray for a whole 2 or 3 minutes. And it's just coming from up above, y'all. I promise you. It ain't like I got a whole list of stuff written down. No, I got that one little line. And I said, this is what the request is. And then I start praying. I just keep praying and praying and praying. And I try to pray at least 2 to 4 minutes for each person. Then I ask God to bless them. And I ask God to lift them up. And and I thank God as I'm praying for them. So God is using me. I have basically took over where my sister left off. And I do this and I pray for you. And I currently have a video from the previous Tuesday. This coming Tuesday, I will be doing a Tuesday Car Chronicles. So if you do have a prayer, you got to want a need, nothing too big, too small. You can ask for money. You can ask for a job. You can ask for peace of mind. If you're depressed, tell me you're depressed. I got you. I got you. Because God got me and he's using me to help you. So put it in there by Monday evening because I do it early Tuesday morning before I go to work. So put it in there like Monday around 6 or so. And I'll put you on a prayer request and I'll say you are on the prayer list. So you know I got it. Wow. And then I do the premiere Tuesday around 6:37. We have a lot of views, a lot of people coming through. A lot of people do the replay. And that's just what it is. And I'm gonna do this until I have no more breath in my body because God is asking me to do this, and I'm obedient, and I'm gonna do it.
Yes. And how you get on her list is you go and you look at her last video on Choose This Car Chronicles. I'm praying for you. And that is where you look at that video and then you like it and you leave your comment about what you want her to pray for you about. Okay. Now I want to just move the conversation on to questions. Now, how long have you been on YouTube, Sylvia?
I've been an active content creator since January 2020.
Okay.
But I had a YouTube, I had a YouTube, what you call it, email or whatever. I used to go out there and watch stuff since 2013. But I
Right.
became a active content creator January 2020. It was
Okay.
like the second day of January. And I go back and I look at that first video and see how far I have came. The first video was a little rough, but I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look and I'm gonna see how many people watched it. I think a lot of people have watched that video since I've done it, but
Right.
it just was like, me introducing myself, saying, I'm new on here, and just
Right.
that's where I started.
YouTube is a learning process,
Yes, ma'am.
and you get better as you make videos. So my
Yeah,
next question is this: what sparked your passion to start creating YouTube content?
my breast cancer survivorship.
Okay.
Once I survived and I beat cancer and I was cancer free, it took me a little bit to get up and rolling, but January 2020, I wanted to start it at the beginning of the year. But after I survived and I went through radiation, chemo, had all my surgeries and everything, and I think I got my first clean mammogram
Mm-hmm.
in 2019. I said, okay, 2020, I'm gonna do this because God saved me to do this so I can get out here and I can talk to other survivors. I have met so many survivors. And as you said earlier, yes, when I see somebody battling cancer, hello, survivor sister, because you're gonna make it. I'm manifesting this for you. I'm putting it into God's ear. I'm allowing this. I'm blessing this. You got this. If I can beat it, you can beat it. But you
Yes.
have to believe it in order to achieve it. So I never do no pity parties or whatever. I'd be like, you got this. You will beat this. Positive vibes, positive thinking. Take care of your health, your mentality. You got this. All of that plays an important role in beating cancer.
Right. God is good. And
Yes,
God
he
knows
is.
who to save. God knows
Mhm.
who to put on whatever he wants to put on the path so that other people can get help. And he put you on that path, Sylvia, and I am so glad that you are helping other people through this.
Yes,
Next
ma'am.
question. Who are your biggest inspirations in the YouTube world or outside of it?
Um, on my inspiration, to be honest, is you. It is. It is because you have five, maybe six channels, and you handle them like drinking a cup of water. I don't understand it. I still can't understand how you manage all these channels, keep them flowing. I have this channel and I have my second channel, Sylvia Daily Positivity. I haven't posted anything on that channel for 2 weeks probably. I need to get myself in gear, but it's easier said than done when you're working full time. I'm a full
Yeah.
time worker. And yes, Gio works for herself, so she's not going into an office. I still, have my family here and everything. And it's different circumstances for everything, but don't take that away from Gio. She still is maintaining six channels and doing it with an abundance. And I'm like, I can barely take care of two. But my goal, everybody, is to just stay focused, stay on a course, put the 100% in Be Amazing Sylvia, and I'm gonna put 50% in the Sylvia Daily Positivity. But when I get to that point in my life when I retire, this will be my full-time gig. So
Right.
I'm prepping it, guys. I'm getting it ready. I'm getting it ready to fly. That's what I'm doing. So,
Amen. 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 You know,
oh,
my
oh, I'm
own.
sorry.
Go ahead.
Outside, my motivation is my family.
Mm-hmm.
My motivation is my family because I want to show them that I can do this. And a lot of them be laughing and whatnot. Everybody don't take me serious on YouTube. But then when they sit there, like if I go live and they in the kitchen, they'll be watching. They be like, "Lord, she is really, really doing this." Yes, I'm doing this, and they not all on the bandwagon. And a lot of times you don't get a support from people outside of YouTube, but that's okay. I still have like 3 or 4 friends that watch faithfully. They do not comment or whatever, but they be like, "Yeah, I seen your YouTube video the other day. It was really good." I'm like, "Well, why didn't you comment? So I can know you was out there." I don't need to comment. I'm just watching and supporting. That's what they say.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. My family, if I put it on Facebook, they'll watch it. But if I
mhm,
don't put it on Facebook, they don't come to my channel. And that's okay too, because
mhm,
different strokes for different folks.
exactly.
So, what are some of the biggest challenges you face as a new YouTuber when you were very new? What were some of the biggest challenges you faced and how did you overcome them?
Getting people to watch my content.
Thank you.
And it was just, and I think it was because when you create content, you got to be passionate about it. And I think I was at the beginning just putting anything out there just to try to get views. So now I'm passionate about what I'm doing. I'm motivated about what I'm doing. I found my niche, what I'm good at. I'm good at cooking. I'm good at doing food videos. I'm good at doing reviews. I'm good at praying. I'm good at motivating. So once you find that niche, what you're good at, it's easy peasy. I think I was forcing myself to create content and wasn't looking at what people wanted to look at or finding what I was good at selling. You understand what I'm saying? It took
Right.
me a little bit to get there. But once I got there, and then I seen other people like the team builders and everything. I was watching them. I'm like, okay, I see them doing things. Well, let me find my own little groove. Like Thursday, you remember that when I started
Right.
that?
Mm-hmm.
And I was promoting people and updating. That was my little niche right there. Then a Friday channel, whatever that was. And then I started doing I found a lot of little avenues. And then once it dries out, I move to something else. But right now I can stick and stay with my Thursday support, which you are a part of and Pandy is a part of. We are the short queens and we do short support. So that is thriving. And also my Tuesday Car Chronicles. I have 2 things twice a week that I will do unless something happens and I'm unable to do it. So
Yes.
once you find that what you're good at, and I'm good at that. I'm good at both of those. So I'm enjoying it and I'm in my happy place right now. So
Right. Okay, so my next question is, how does understanding your why impact your daily decisions and goals on YouTube?
first of all, you have to know why you're doing this. Why? What are you doing it for? What is your end concept for this? So once you understand your why, and my why is to motivate and uplift people, and that's what I do. Once you get your why, and then you got to like your why. You can't just do it and don't like it. Like Ranger has said on his Wednesday, when you do it, you have to entertain, you have to motivate, you have to. People
Yeah.
not gonna come into your life and you sitting there like this. What is that? What is that? Nobody want to sit there staring at you and you staring at them. So that's why, I sprinkle a little song, little chair dance, jokes. We talk about the Jackhole. For those of y'all who don't know about the Jackhole, that's from Teamville with Geo. And if you want to know about the Jackhole, join Teamville with Geo. And hopefully you won't get in the Jackhole. But anyway, we got to sprinkle all this entertainment in there. People want to be entertained. People,
Right.
they can go somewhere else. It's sitting there, or you sitting there drinking a bottle of water or you looking at your phone. I'm like,
Right.
what is that? You got to entertain. You got to know your why, and you got to love your why.
Right. Because what happens when you lose sight of your why? And how does it affect your motivation when
You
you lose
lose sight
sight?
of you lose sight of that why. It's like the content changes, and people are like, what is going on? You're not motivated. You're not hyped about what you're doing. You're losing focus. You got to regain that, because when you lose focus, you lose people coming to your channel. When you lose people coming to your channel, people stop coming. If it's boring, nobody want no part of that.
That's so true, Sylvia, because I lost sight of my why. I'm be very transparent about it because it keeps me on the straight and narrow now.
Yes.
I had to delete a whole bunch of videos to get back to my why. And my why was to make sure that people know that they can make other incomes, other than just
Right.
on their job, that they can do part-time home business, part-time affiliate marketing, and whatever other information goes around in there. And that was my why for coming. And my biggest why for coming was to tell people that I would not have had my own business. I would not have, just have everything I have today. I don't work for nobody but myself. You know what I'm saying? I would not have had this if it had not been for God. If
Yep.
I lost the battle, okay? And I said, please take me back and put me on the right path. I will help people. I will tell people how I made it, and I will tell people that you saved my life. And when
Yeah.
I done that, no other than 2-3 weeks after that, I was able to get through my therapy. You know what I'm saying? I was able to
Mhm.
actually open up that door that I had shut closed for so long, Sylvia. I was able
Yeah.
to open up that door because then I put God first, and you can go through that
Yeah.
first, and then I'll
Yeah.
go behind you.
Yeah. God, God always bring you to it to bring
Right,
you through it. And
right,
he
right.
brought you to it, Gio. He brought
Yes,
you through it. And then once you went through it, and at the end of that tunnel, there was light. And that
right,
light was for you to talk and get yourself together through that therapist. And then God reached down in her ear and said, tell Gio about affiliation.
right.
And then once he did that, that's all she wrote. And look at you now. Look at
That's
you
what I'm
now.
talking about. It's a
Yes.
God thing, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That is awesome. I'm telling you, people out there,
Yes.
you know,
All day, every day.
girl, yes, yes, yes. Okay, my next question is what advice would you give to new YouTubers?
First and foremost, I will tell them, if you're going to do this, you have to be committed. You can't come out here and half step. People like consistency. So if you're going to come out here, pick a date that's good for you and go live. Go live. Be constant. Find something people want to hear and be yourself. You have to be yourself. You can't come out here and try to be someone else. You can't come out here and be scrolling these YouTube streets and then you see Thursday support and be like, oh, I'm going to do that too. No, find your own gimmick. Find your own, because you have to bring something original. People are going to look at that and be like, well, those folks over here doing it. Why are you doing it? And it just, and people do that because they try to copy or have an image of someone else. Have your own image. Be your own self. Be a difference. You can be a difference. And it's so much stuff you can do. It's so much stuff you can bring to the table. Know what God purpose is for you.
Right. Know it.
Know your purpose. And then ride that purpose. Ride it all the way up to the top of the mountain. And if you feel like you slipping, climb back up and then Surround yourself with good people. Find a team of people. Team build with Gio. I'm just saying, find a good group of people, people who are gonna support you, gonna uplift you. Like Marlene had said earlier, you have to have that small circle of people who will be there no matter what. No matter what. You just have to find, and I have like one person who never comments, Bruce. Bruce from God, I forgot his channel name, but he paints. Vermont. Vermont. Vermont Paint by Vermont, which is Bruce. He watched everything on my channel. He doesn't comment, he doesn't say anything, but me and Bruce have been rocking since basically day one. And I go over there, he paints live. Paint by Vermont. I think that's the name of his channel. But
Mhm.
he is such a great supporter. And I went over there like 3 weeks ago and I caught him live. He like, oh, it's so good to see you, Sylvie. I'm like, it's good to see you. I said, where you been, Bruce? He said, I've been here. You know, I'm always behind the scenes with your videos. I done watched everything on your channel. Everything. When I was getting monetized, he ran my whole channel.
Oh,
So yeah, so let me look at the channel right quick because I want y'all to go check him out. And he don't have a large following, but he's a great supporter, and he will watch your content. He will support you.
right.
Vermont, I can't remember. Vermont Paint and Photos.
I know who it is.
Yeah, that's Bruce, everybody. Vermont Paint and Photos. So if you get and that's just me showing love to somebody who shows mad love to my channel. And when you find those few people, they send other people. That's how your channel get recognized, everybody. One person watch it, then they tell somebody else, then they tell somebody else, and then it ricochets. And before you know, you got all these new family members. You don't know who half these people are. They commenting, they in the background, and they be like, "Oh, I love your content. Thank you." Make sure you always respond back to anyone who comment on your channel, people. This is a tip for you if you're a new YouTuber. First of all, know your why. Find out what you want to do. Be original. Be consistent and always respond back to people. And when people come in your live, acknowledge them. Don't let somebody walk in your live and don't acknowledge them. I don't care what's going on. Yes, you have mods and stuff, but the host still need to acknowledge the person
Right.
because they're taking the time to come and visit you. Even if it's like 10 minutes later, because I'm in the middle of a point, I go back and I acknowledge everybody, or I do it at the end because I appreciate you. And that will give them the motivation to come back.
Right. And I just want to say, while we're talking about your why, all through the years of my why, I've added things to my why. You
Mm-hmm.
know, my first why was just to get on here and tell people about home businesses and how you can make some extra money and blah, blah, blah. My main goal was to tell you that God saved my life. And now I'm on here because you can make some really good money on YouTube. That's
Mm-hmm.
another big why money. Okay. Not
Mm-hmm.
that it runs my life, but you got to have money if you want to travel the world. And I want to do a
Exactly.
lot of traveling next year. My first spot where me and my sister we going to Hawaii.
Oh
Okay.
yes,
After
I want
that,
to go there, Gio. I really
right.
do.
And then after that, we're going to do things within the USA. Okay, places that we've never been. Well, if I go on and get my channels back to where they were,
Mhm.
well, especially Boss Life Online, then that can be a source of income. So your why, sometimes your why keeps changing, but
Mhm.
I mean, well, you don't change, you add to
You
it.
add to it, yes, ma'am.
Right. So don't think that your why have to be the same. You can add to your why. Okay. But if you're a brand new YouTuber, I suggest that you get with somebody that know what they're talking about. Get with
Exactly.
somebody that reads the community guidelines. Get with somebody that's going to ask the people in the back office, what's this? And find out what the correct answer is. But this is what YouTube really wants.
Mhm.
YouTube really wants you to make original content, okay, and make it exciting and interesting and for people because your first 1,000 people mostly will be to get you monetized. And those people may not come back to your channel for a long time. Okay, so you want to make your videos from Jump Street, take it from somebody that if I had this information I'm telling you now, I probably would have 500,000 folks by now. Okay, make your videos yours. Okay, even if it's a take on what the trending topics or whatever, you still have to make it yours. Okay, and make it interesting, and make your intro about you, and don't have it an hour long. Because people they don't have that good of attention span as it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you got one thing to do when they see that intro, it better be good, or else they're gonna click off
Mm-hmm.
and never see all that hard work that you have done.
Yeah.
So that's my advice to new YouTubers. So Sylvia, my next question to you is, what are your long-term goals for your channel?
My long-term goals are to continue to uplift, motivate, and allow God to use me on this channel to continue to make consistent content and be on point. And my long term, this is my purpose for being on YouTube. This is gonna be my retirement fund.
Yeah.
Y'all can be like, what? Yes. Yes, I'm going to have that work retirement fund, but this is going to be my part time gig that I'm going to love doing. I'm going to enjoy doing. I'm going to be smiling every day as a retiree, living my best life on YouTube, shining bright like a diamond with my amazing channel and my 50,000 plus folks, claiming that in the universe, manifesting it. God is hearing this because I am a child of his and he already know. Be amazing, Sylvia. This channel is going to rise. Manifest it, claim it. I'm putting it on everything. You guys better do the same thing. Manifest it. I manifest that my channel would go viral. It went viral.
Amen.
Manifest it. I'm almost at 3 million views. Hopefully I'll get there by June.
All
3
right.
million views.
Congratulations. Go ahead.
Thank you.
God. Look at God.
God is God is showing up and showing out. He
Every
is.
time. Every single time. Now, here's a question that a lot of people ask me, but I'm going to ask it to you.
Okay.
How do you manage your time between creating content, editing, and promoting your channel?
Let me tell y'all, I lay in the bed at night and I think about stuff and I'll be like, oh crap, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. I jump out the bed in the morning, feet hit the floor, trying to get focused, get to work. I take my lunch break. I'll be in a conference room making content. I'll be outside making content on my phone. I'll be editing. I'll be uploading. I do all kinds of stuff. I fit it in where I can because life is so hectic in between being a wife, being a mother, working full time, trying to keep this channel uploaded, updated, amazing. It's a lot of work. Your girl be tired. I be tired. But my goal is to put one short on my channel every day for the life of this channel. One short at least. And I know even if I can't get a long content video, I have that short. So everybody know, Be Amazing Sylvia, you're going to drop something every day. Unless I'm sick or something is going on, something bad done happen and I can't do it. But what I've been trying to do, Gio, is make contents for 2 or 3 days in advance and just set it up. And I've been slacking because right now we're busy at my job. So I'm like, I just got off my computer for work before I came over here. And I got to get back on and finish. It's a busy time. It's a busy time for us. So, but I'm going to, my goal is to do a short every day.
Right. Well, the answer to that question is, for me, is how do you manage your time between creating content, editing, and promoting your channel? I write stuff down.
I do. Yeah,
Okay.
I do. I do that. I do that.
Right. I have a tablet. I got about 10 tablets I bought from the Dollar Tree.
Mm-hmm.
I buy them like every 6 months because I'm
Mm-hmm.
always writing in them. Today is Sunday, February the 25th. And then
Mm-hmm.
I put down everything that I need to do. I put the major stuff I don't like to do at number
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, and 3. And then I get that done. And then the rest of it is like little bitty things.
Yeah.
And if I can get those done, I will. If I don't, I
It goes
move
to the next day.
next day.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And so I make sure that I make those number 1, 2, and 3. But whatever it is,
Mhm.
guys, that I don't like doing, I make that always 1A.
Yeah.
And then the thing that I didn't do yesterday, it becomes number 1B, number 1C. And that is how I keep up. And then everything else, okay? Because I'm going to be honest, I do not spend all day on this computer because I have other things that I do,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
okay? I have a family.
Right.
My sister moved over here. We're always kind of in the streets. You know, we love to go to Golden Corral and
Y'all
eat.
outside?
We love to go to Golden Corral for lunch and eat big
Mm-hmm.
salads and eat their fish and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and we're seniors, so we get a big old discount.
Woo-hoo.
You know, and then there are just my other sisters that I like to hang out with, and then I got my daughter, and then my grandkids. So
Mm-hmm.
don't just think that Gio, oh, she worked for herself. She got all the time in the world. No, I do
Mm-hmm.
not have all the time
No.
in the world. But the reason why things work for me is because I learned from my mentor how to write things down. I'm
Right.
from the old school, okay?
Right.
I don't care if you have to put it on your phone. However you young people do it.
I have my little tablet. This is my little tablet, and I do. And then I just check it off. And as you can see, I don't have much on this tablet right now, but I'm gonna sit down after I get off here, and I'm gonna write down everything I need to do this week. I do it by week. I don't do it by day, and I just try to, because it's just easier for me to do it by week. But I do the most important at the top. Things I
Right.
definitely got to get done.
So, yeah, and don't another thing, Sylvia. I'll say this: I don't crowd up my tablet, you know, for one day.
Mm-hmm.
I only put 1 to 10. That's it,
Okay.
and everything else gonna go 1 to 10 on the next deal.
Right.
Because if you put too much on your plate, you are not gonna get it done. Then you're gonna feel discouraged.
Right. Right.
Only put on there what you have to do, even if it's just make a video, you
Right.
know, and then you write down all the other things that you probably can get to. And if you don't, it's not going to make that big of an impact,
Okay.
you know. So always make sure that you put things, you don't overcrowd yourself, because if you do, you're going to feel like you didn't get nowhere.
Right. But you know what, Gio? If I have like 12 things on that list and I get 4 done, I'm proud of me because I got something done. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
As long
right,
as you get something done. And it's not the end of the world, everyone, if you don't get everything done. Like Gio said, take it to the next day.
right, right. So I'm going to talk about go to the chat to see who's all in here.
Okay.
And I see Marilyn has come in. Marilyn Cozy Lifestyle. Hey, Marilyn girl, what's up? Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to the 8 that's in the chat. I appreciate all of you. And next, I'm going to drop the invite link, because my next person is none other than Pandy's Hair Candy and More. And I want her to have this the StreamYard link, Pandy. There you go. If you want to go ahead and come on up if you're ready. If not, me and Sylvia keep on talking until what, 4 o'clock?
Yes,
We got 5 minutes.
5 minutes, Pandy. 5 minutes. So, but yeah, guys, this is just, this live is the things that happens when you're part of Team Build with Gio. You know what I'm saying? The team. It's always something where you can get recognized. My face is on the live, so people are gonna see me. They're gonna see my name. They're gonna be like, "Hey, I don't know her. Let me go check her out." You get acknowledgement. You get recognized. Then they're like, "Oh, I like her." I'm like, "I like you too, boo. Hey." So just just think about joining the team because it's just a great team. And I am one of those people that do not read the community guidelines. I don't read them. I mean, if it pops up, I'll read it, but I don't go behind the scenes and look for it and dig deep. Geo does that for us. And she bring it back to the group and say, "Hey, did y'all see so-and-so?" "No, I didn't. I got my little pad and stuff and I'm writing down little stuff because she telling us the goods." She is in it. She's going to let you know you're not going to miss anything, especially important stuff that can demonetize your channel, stuff that can bring it down, stuff that can stop you from getting them coins. So y'all, think about joining the team. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah. Once again, Sylvia, I can't tell you how much I love you so much. And I am just so glad that you came to Team Build with Geo, and most people that do come to Team Build with Geo is very, very, very like you, like when you first come, because when God puts something together, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
going to shine. It ain't Geo. I'm just a servant.
Amen.
Bringing you what God has downloaded in my brain. That's all I am.
That's right.
So if you want to pick a battle, you're going to be battling with a precious child of God. Okay? And I ain't the one, because all I'm going to say is this is a job for you, God. Handle your business.
That's right. That's right. But you know what, Gio? You ain't going to get all that because you got that protection, because God is speaking in your ear to do this stuff, and he's going to protect what he want to enforce and put in the universe.
Amen. Thank you for telling me that, Sylvia. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Because sometimes I can just get wild. Just say what I want to say, and that's okay too.
Yeah, because that's human. You're human, you know.
But I know God is in control, don't you?
Yes, all day, every day, 24 hours, 7 days a week. I don't know how our God do it. I'm like, he is over here blessing me. He blessing Gio. He blessing Marlene, Pandy, Merlin, Kevin. He just blessing everybody up in here. And I'm like, he is spread so wide and so thinly, but you always get what you need when you need it, right on time, right at the niche, right there when you need it. Like yesterday, God bless me, y'all. God bless me. He blessed me so well yesterday. I'm like, thank you, God. Amen. I needed that. And he just, boom, dropped it, and I got it.
Yes.
And I didn't have to go crawling and begging for it. He already knew my needs, and he gave me what I needed. Y'all better praise God. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Gio, so much.
Yeah.
For having me on here. We serve a mighty God. God is good. He keep blessing me over and over. He opened doors, and I see that he blessed me, and he's blessing you too. So claim it, accept it. I think Pandy might be in the back now. Is Pandy in the back now?
Yeah.
All right, I'm heading off. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys listening, taking the time to watch me. Much love, Gio. Thank you, sis.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. That was none other than my friend, Be Amazing Sylvia. Her link is down in the chat. If not, Marlene will put it in the chat for me. Next up is none other than Pandy's Hair Candy and more. We Met collaboration. And my next guest is none other than my friend, Panda's Hair Candy, and more. And I want Pandy to start this out and be transparent, Pandy, because we got to tell the truth on how you met Gio.
Hey everybody, hey Gio. I was back here grooving to that little intermission, like, hey. So, okay. Hello everyone. I am Pandy of Pandy's Hair Candy and more. I am so excited to be here and thank you so much for the invitation, Gio. I will start off by saying I am so humbly blessed to have encountered this woman. Okay, so I'm gonna give some bragging rights up right now. So back in 2019, I was just starting my channel. I had no real clue what I was doing. I just knew that, I wanted to start a channel. My two youngest children were in high school. They were both getting close to graduating, and I knew soon I was going to be an empty nester and I would have so much free time on my hands. Now, during that time, I was also transitioning from my chemically relaxed hair, going back natural and trying to learn about wigs as a protective style. So I would go to YouTube and watch all these different videos on, how to shop for a wig, how to style your transitioning hair and this and that. And I started to notice that these girls were talking about how they were making an income on YouTube. So I said, that seems interesting. So as I was learning and kind of playing around, I started off my channel doing trending topics. I used to do a lot of TV show reviews and it just took off. But I was also in my real life trying to transition my hair. Well, when I started learning from those videos that this YouTube was a real thing, that you could really create content based on, your particular niche or area of interest, I started to get serious. And somehow I was strolling through the YouTube streets and Gio's video came down my timeline and it was talking about playlist buddies and helping you get your watch time hours. And me and my little small group, I think I had like maybe 100 subscribers at that time. I was on the road to 4K. I was trying to get monetized. So I went. And at this time, Team Build with Gio was not a private member only thing. It was like wide open to the whole YouTube, okay? And there was some interesting characters. There was some interesting characters up in there, okay? So the first time I came, I was a bit overwhelmed because it was so much going on. And I think the people that had been there that kind of knew the formula were just kind of like talking over my head. It was like, I got you, you got me. Okay, I got you, you got me. And I'm like, where do I fit in here? So then I think I reached out to Gio and she sent me a video kind of explaining, the process. And then I came back again and I started coming. Well, at that time, again, because it was open to the general public, people weren't doing what they were saying they were doing. They were saying they were running you. And I was sitting up here killing all my devices, running people, trying to do the truthful thing. And people wouldn't maybe run you, or they might watch a couple of videos, but not your full playlist. So you wouldn't see it. It was just a lot of stuff going on. And also at that time, because I was new to the platform, I wasn't really sure how to communicate with people. I didn't have an Instagram. So people were like reaching out on Twitter. Some people were trying to email. And I had a situation where somebody was trying to reach me on Twitter. And I'm like, I never go on Twitter. So long story short, she went to Gio and told that I didn't finish her playlist or something like that. And I'm like, what? Yes, I did. I just didn't know how to get it to her. So me and Gio reached out to me to tell me about the situation. And I'm like, well, actually, I did run her. I still have it. I just need to figure out how to get it to her. And we ended up kind of going back and forth. And I was thinking Gio was coming down on me because the lady was lying on me. was crazy. I was like, well, if it's that serious, I don't have to be a part of this group, blah, 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 blah. I just was on the defense because I didn't know what was what. And I had already had a few people come at me crazy on YouTube, and I was just over it, okay? But that is the transparent way of how we actually met. But you fast forward to now, Gio and I talk about it and laugh about it now. Because she was like, you was ready to pop off, and I was ready to pop back off at you.
Let me just say this, Patty. This what happened. The girl told me that. But see, I had no problem out of Pandy. And I did not want her going and saying that Pandy wasn't sending no proof to the other folks.
Right.
Or what have you. So I was trying to get in touch with Pandy. She wasn't hitting me back. I emailed her and I finally got her on Facebook. And like she said, I had no idea she had been talking to other crazy people and people was coming at her. And she was just going up. I said, hold up, wait a minute here, Pandy. I said, I am not trying to attack you or what. I'm here trying to tell you that this is what the girl said. And she said, well, I got the proof. I said, well, let me give you a video and you can see how to send some proof. And we just laughed. After that, we just became best friends, right?
Yes, we have been so close and so tight. And honestly, I tell so many people about you, and I'm like, she has been a true YouTube mentor for me. I feel like we bounce off of one another, areas where I may be strong at, and you may be weaker. We come together and we both lift each other up, and vice versa. Areas I may be weaker in, you're stronger in, we come together and we lift each other up. And it's just like the perfect balance. And I'm so grateful because when you put us together, it's unstoppable. It's unstoppable. The creativity, it just flows. We come up with so many great concepts together. I have loved every collaboration that I've been a part of, and I wouldn't change it for the world. So I hate that we kind of met that rocky way, but I'm grateful for the relationship that has developed over. It's been 5 years now?
Yeah.
4 or 5 years. It has been a long time. I tell my mom all the time, I'm talking to my auntie. She was like, who are you talking to, that lady on YouTube? She's like, oh, okay, call me back.
Yeah, see, and I wasn't even, mad at Pandy or anything. I was just trying to bring her back, because see, that's what leaders do. We bring people back to the normal and say, this is not what's happening here at Teamville. What I do at Teamville is keep everybody together, and make sure that everybody is on the same page. Because like I said before, when you're on the same page and you climbing the mountain together and you pulling each other up, you win.
Yes.
Okay. We celebrate the small wins and we celebrate every win. I'm glad that I met Pandy because me and Pandy are so similar. We're going to say what we got to say, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when I call Pandy, and sometimes I be really teed to the max. But what I like about Pandy is Pandy will listen. And then she said, girl, I don't blame you, such and such. And, and that's what I need because that's how she is with me. And I need that because I need friends like her because I don't have a lot of friends like Pandy, And then Pandy is just so detailed about everything. Even when we just talking and venting, she detailed about that too. And she's so detailed and she thinks of things that I don't think of. And we'll be I call us, okay, girl, I ain't gonna be on here long. How long we stay on the phone?
Oh my God. Every time either she says that or I say it, and it'd be 3-4 hours later.
That's what I'm saying. Cause
we be talking about like, you still on the phone? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna be off in a minute.
don't know how we find so many things to talk about, Pandy.
But it's always relevant. And even when you may start off where you're ticked off with something or I'm ticked off with something, I feel like we both allow one another to vent and we get it out, and then we calm each other back down and bring each other back down to, you know what, it's not that serious. Let's just keep it
Right.
moving and keep the content rolling and let that be our motivation. So it's never let's sit back and gossip about these people. No, it's a let's sit back and trip off of what just took place, but not let us take us out of character.
No,
You
we
know.
don't. Let me just make that clear too, Pandy. We
Mhm.
don't talk about people because
Absolutely.
some of the people it's just not worth talking about. You know,
That
we
part.
talk about how it makes us feel.
Yeah.
That's what we talk about, how it makes us feel. And we don't want these emotions to get out of place to come to bring us out of our character. This is why I'm so glad for Team Build with Geo, because I
Mhm.
can practically call a number of people in there that's going to have my back.
Yes.
Okay? And that I can practically say what I need to say, but it's never about putting somebody down or, you know, anything like that on YouTube because people are, you can't control what people do.
You certainly can't. And I'm so thankful for it too, because I tell people all the time, I am still a work in progress. I am not perfect. And if you catch me on the wrong day at the right time, I might just snap on your tail. But I'm growing. And I feel like Team Built with Geo and the mentorship that I'm under with Geo has a lot to do with that. So I'm forever grateful.
Thank you so much for saying that, Pandy, because sometimes I want to know, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right track? And you know,
Mhm.
and always gotta put somebody there to let me know, oh, you climbing the right mountain. Just keep on going. So
Yes.
that is one of the reasons I wanted to do this particular live is how we met, you know, so that people will know that you can meet people on YouTube that really have your back.
That's right.
And no matter what go on, or people might say, oh, Geo said this, Geo said that. Child, you can't say that in Team Bill because them people will eat you alive. Okay? All right. I mean, they really have my back. And I have been very transparent with the people in Team Bill so they know me. And
Mm-hmm.
y'all know what I will do and what I won't do. And y'all know that if I did something wrong, what do I do, Pandy?
You are quick to come back and correct it. You self correct, you apologize. I've seen you do that plenty of times if there's any like miscommunication or misunderstanding. And I feel like pretty much for the most part, mostly all of us in Team Build do that.
Yeah,
So anytime that I've seen where you may have put out something and you didn't quite have it right, you'll come back with a correction.
right. And I'm just so happy that you and I met because you you know, I have lots of friends in team. Marlene is just my best buddy, you
Yeah,
know. But there are other people in Team Bill that are my best friends. You see what I'm saying? You
right.
and Sylvia for one, okay?
Hmm.
And there's a lot of other one, Marilyn, and then I'm just beginning to know Emma, you know, and y'all all play a different role in my life.
Right.
You know, y'all all is put in my life to help me stay on the right path. So I just want to say to you, Pandy, thank you for taking my calls.
You are so welcome. It's always welcome and refreshing to have those conversations because, our outside world, like our families, our close friends, they understand or may have a knowledge that we're on social media, but they don't really understand the ups and downs that we go to where we could go to them and, kind of vent about the situations that we face on here. So it's always nice to have somebody who knows what we're talking about and
Right.
can understand and kind of give us some advice and let us know, girl, you ain't crazy. Just don't even trip. Whereas it's like I try to go talk to my husband and he's just looking at me like, oh, okay. Well, leave it alone. And I'm like, I can't just leave alone my 5 years worth of work, like, so
Right.
you need to have those people. And outside of that, I feel like we have developed such a closeness. It's a family.
Right.
It is a family.
And when one of us is down, the whole team get behind you. No
Yeah.
matter if it's about YouTube or something on your personal life, if you tell us about it, we're going to actually pray for you and tell you, well, I was in this situation and this is what I did. Now I don't know if that's going to help you, but you take what you need and you leave the rest. Okay?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. We definitely pray for one another. I feel like we encourage one another. We lift each other up. I've seen us band together when folks transition or
Yeah.
pass away. We've jumped in to help out, make sure that funds have been sent to kind of help the family. There's so much. This is like one of the main reasons why I couldn't, and I've been asked to participate in other groups, but I'm like, the group that I have been down with for the last 5 years literally supplies my every need. So, and I'm a very busy woman, so I just can't see taking on another group. Like, I don't have a need to. Now, do I socialize and fellowship and support other people? Of course. But this is my YouTube family right here.
Right. And the thing I think the thing that made us get closer, Panda, is when we start doing a lot of collaborations together.
I noticed that too. I believe that. I agree. It's like it tightened the bonds. It's like you, Marlene, Sylvia. That's the dynamic. Look, I can't say the dynamic duo, but what? We the four musketeer.
Right.
Okay.
If I know, I always call on you guys because I know you guys are going to do it. And you guys always ask me because you know what I'm gonna say. Yeah, I do it when. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to have those types of friends and business women in your life. Pandy owns 2 home businesses and three YouTube channels, and she works. That's a lot, but she's doing it, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And even though things happen on YouTube where we have to start our channels over and everything like that, it is sometimes it's devastating, you know.
Oh, yes.
But because we had each other and we were going through the same thing at the same time, we made it through. And we're just about to get our channels back where we need it. Talk about that, Pandy.
Yes. So honestly, like I feel like I want to say after about maybe 6 months or so after I started coming to Team Build with Geo, I started to get more subscribers. It took me a year to monetize because, like I said, when I first started the channel, I was kind of going all over the place. I didn't really have any idea what direction my channel was going to go in. I knew I kind of wanted to chronicle my natural hair transition process, but I also enjoyed reviewing TV shows. And then I started venturing out and finding out about growth streams and playlists and playlist buddies. So I quickly within that year got monetized, but there was a lot that I had to learn over time. Like things don't just stop once you get monetized. You have to do the work in order to maintain your monetization. And fortunately for people coming along now, there are people like us sharing this because no one was there to tell us these things. So we simply didn't know. We just learned kind of by, trial and error. So I feel like having that situation come where every year or so YouTube kind of does this shakeup where they go through and they update policies and things. And there was this big thing that came down the pipe with reused content. Well, of course, we used to do the 20-hour playlist. So back in the day, in order to create 20-hour playlists, we were throwing together all types of content just for the sake of creating the playlist. So I, for example, had a bunch of like fireplace scenes that ran 8 to 10 hours, beach wave scenes, thunderstorm scenes. And I was doing it because I saw other content creators doing it. But you have to be very careful and you have to be acclimated with the policies and the guidelines that YouTube sets for us for yourself, because I got caught up in the rapture of reused content, girl, we got to suspend you. And I'm thankful. Now, I ain't going to say I was thankful at the time. At the time, I was PO'd, okay? Because I'm like, what? I see people getting cursed out, people's jobs getting called, people getting doxxed, all kind of crazy stuff, and they monetize. So I'm getting suspended for that, but the key word was suspended. So after a while, and I thought about it and I calmed down and I prayed about it and I called and I talked to Gio about it. And then we realized we were both kind of going through a similar thing. They kind of did something similar to her as well, but with a different reason. And I started bumping into several content creators who had it all happen. So it seemed like it all happened around the same time. Only then was I able to really calm down and get at peace with it and just say, you know what, Panda, you was kind of throwing a bunch of mess up there. And what YouTube considers reuse is not necessarily literally I'm using somebody else's stuff. It's too many people are throwing up that type of content. Too many people are putting up beach waves, thunderstorms, fireplace scenes. So it does confuse the audience. And under their terms, it is reused content. So as a result, I had to go through and eliminate, remove, completely took it out of my, catalog of content. And as a result of doing that, I lost well over almost 1,200 hours of watch time. And whereas before I was always over the 4,000 watch time hours for the last few years, and the way YouTube calculates, they do that rolling calendar year. So whatever you were doing the previous year, you need to be doing now, or you're going to start to lose hours. So that, coupled with the fact that I was deleting content, really put me at a standstill. But I serve a mighty God, and I'm at peace because I have continued to crank out the content. I have continued to engage my audience. I have awesome, amazing supporters, and I have Team Build with Gio as a great support to help ensure that my content stays in rotation by coming together each week and securing playlist buddies. Otherwise, I don't know what I would do. So I'm working on it. I'm getting closer and closer to hitting those hours so that I can get my monetization back in place. And I'm just thankful to God they didn't terminate me. It was a suspension because I had never had any problems. I'd never been in any trouble. My channel was not a drama channel. My channel was family friendly. So I thank God for that. Sorry for the long.
Oh, no, that's okay. Talk as long as you want, child. But listen, I lost over. After I deleted all, I wanted to start my channel over. Penny, can you mute for just a second?
Yeah.
I wanted to start my channel over, because they had already told me about repurposed videos and some didn't make no sense and all of this stuff. So I just said, well, instead of just getting rid of all of just that, let me just get rid of everything on there. Because once I had talked to Pandy, I was like, well, why they didn't get me for reused content? Because we all was doing the same thing, trying to get a 20-hour playlist. I said, you know what? Before I even try to get my monetization back, I am going to start my channel over. And trust me, I was crying a pretty cry. Tears just falling down. And y'all know I keep a napkin. I lost over 1,500 watch hours just because I started my channel over. Okay? But the thing that helped me the most is when I called Marlene and we were talking about it. And she said, well, don't worry about it. You can get them back with Team Bill with Geo. And then I understood why God had me do Team Bill with Geo. Because right now I'm about to get it back, all of it. And if I had not have had Team Bill with Geo playing my playlist, steady playing my playlist, me going live, me cranking out videos, tell me in 3 months' time, this I'm finna get back. I'm finna get back monetized. It's not even, and I'm like, wow, we are some bad mamma jammas over there with a few brothers. Okay? I'm like, wow, this is why Team Bill is so important. Is when you ever, when you're losing watch hours because you didn't do the same thing you did last year in 2023, you got to do it for 2024, and something happens, you can always say, well, just let me go play playlist. And if you're doing that every week, it will catch you up and pay what you owe YouTube, because YouTube gonna get their watch hours. Talk about it, Pandy.
Yes, absolutely correct. They are most definitely going to get their watch time hours. And not only that, it's like, I feel like sometimes you can, if you, I was coming in on the tail end because I was in there cooking of you and Sylvia's conversation, where you will get overwhelmed and you will kind of want to stop and you might kind of slack off on how often you're going. And that's okay if you have a plan in place. If you know you're going to be busy, you need to have some uploads already scheduled to premiere. So that way your content for the week is still situated, but you can still do your real life. And see, these are things I know now that I didn't necessarily, it wasn't that I didn't know them, but I just didn't care. I was just willy-nilly going along because I'm like, well, I got over 1,000 people and, I got my watch time hours. I wasn't expecting to be caught up in this situation. But when you get caught up in this type of situation, it causes you to do some self-reflection and look at things that you could have done differently that would have possibly prevented you. And so this is why I don't mind sharing this information and being transparent about it, because it could possibly help somebody else to avoid it. And also I feel like when I'm talking about it and sharing about it, it helps me to be at peace, because I was so irritated. Because I'm like, I don't even curse on my channel. You have all these things and you're just angry. But at the end of the day, when you calm down and you look at it and you kind of talk it out, you're like, well, actually, I wasn't really doing this. And then I think I had got kind of complacent as well. I'm like, I have over 2,000 videos. I don't need to go live this week, or sometimes I might come home from a long, hard day at work and I had a live schedule, but you know what? I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm going to just move that over here. You can't do that. And that also throws your viewers off, because if they're used to you coming on at a certain time and you have a schedule, unless something severely out of the norm happens, you're sick, you can't make it, or you're stuck at work or whatever, try to avoid doing that, because that will cause people to unsubscribe and leave as well. So I just feel like there's so much that I've learned over the course of time and just listening to people who are willing to share or who have been through similar situations and that are going to give it to you straight up and not steer you wrong. I feel like we get that type of support in Team Build with Geo. Because, like I said, even when we first started, there were a lot of people out here that would kind of give you a little bit of what you needed to do, but they were never going to give you the full roadmap. After all, we were their competition. Even though we weren't competing, you were the competition. So I feel like it is necessary. A lot of people say, well, I don't want to be clicked up. I don't want to be clicked up either. Nobody wants to be clicked up. But I definitely want to be supported and have a support system in place. And I feel like on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is, you need to have a support system in place. And that's what Team Build is and has been for me.
Yeah, and it's been that for me as well, Pandy, and a whole lot of other people. And we are not a clique. Let me just put that out there. We are people who is climbing the mountaintop. That's trying to get there to get to that 100K so we could get that plaque and make some money to pay some of these bills. Okay, that is what Team Build is about. But along the way, climbing that mountain, we're making friends. We are supporting one another. Whether it's a YouTube problem or a personal problem, we are there. I come there with this kind of mind thinking about what kind of team does God want me to put together, and it is exactly what it is. We support one another. We love one another. We're there for one another. We collaborate with one another. And it is open to anybody that want to get in, that want to climb the mountain too. Now, if you're going to come in and you want to climb the mountain and every now and then you want to fall off and then, make a big mess and then it upsets the team, you got to go. Because I will not have that. If you're coming in and you really want to do the right thing and you really want some support and be in a loving family here on YouTube, then come on. And you're going to do the right thing and you don't mind sending proof that you played a playlist, come on. But if that's not what you're coming from, then Team Build is not for you. And that is just the way it is. All right, so next thing I want to ask Pandy is, I believe you've already said it, but I want you to just say it again. How long you been on YouTube?
I actually started my channel in 2019. I will say I didn't really get serious with creating content on the channel until about 2020.
Okay, cool. Next question. What sparked your passion? I know you said that the kids left and all of this here kind of stuff, but you have to have passion to stay on YouTube. So what sparks your passion to create YouTube content?
I feel like I have a story to tell. In everything that I do, I feel like there is a message in every mess. I am one who loves to give a testimony if I've overcame a situation. If I saved $1 on something, I want to tell the world about it so they can save $1. I'm just a wealth of information and I've always been that way. And in my personal life, I've always been on this journey like, what is my purpose? Lord, what is my purpose? Show me my purpose. And it comes to me in so many different ways. You are to go out and minister to my people. And I'm like, well, no, I'm not a minister and I'm not a preacher or anything like that. But as time has gone on, I've come to the realization that comes in different forms. So I feel like my passion for doing what I do on my YouTube channel is because I have a voice. I have a story to tell. I want to be a light. I want to be that example that I want to see. And if I can help one person to make a difference, to improve a situation, to save some money, to feel good about themselves, to take better care of themselves, then that is enough for me to keep going. I enjoy it.
So my next question is, what about YouTube's community do you like?
What I like about the community. One of the big things that I love about the community is if I want to, like I said, I'm a very busy woman. So if I want to upload a video, I love the fact that I can upload videos on this platform, on YouTube, as well as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all from this platform. Like I don't have to leave this platform. I can literally upload to all those spaces without leaving this platform. I love that feature. I haven't seen it on any other social media. So this tends to be my primary source of content creating. I also love the fact that it's easy to network. You can kind of just go and drop into a chat. You don't necessarily have to let folks know you be up in the bushes until you feel comfortable or you make that decision. Oh no, they doing too much over here. This ain't for me. So I love the way it's set up, the ease of networking. Those are my two favorite things.
Thank you so much for that, Pandy. My next question is, what tools and equipment do you use for filming and editing?
Okay. So I use a combination of things. I have basic ring lights, a basic webcam. Um, I have a laptop that I work primarily with, as well as a PC. Obviously, I do my shorts on my phone. However, I have created some shorts on my laptop because of my favorite app to use is Canva. I use Canva a lot. I use Create Studios. I used to use Power Director a lot. Sometimes, every now and again, I'll go back to it. But I use a combination of different things to kind of make them custom so that my stuff doesn't look like everyone else's. I try to make it unique to me.
Right, you're very good at editing, Pandy. So it brings me to my next uh, topic that I want to talk to you about. Is I want you to tell everybody about your class that you're giving.
Absolutely. So, speaking of that, you reminded me I'm going to be sending out messages tonight to those that have secured their spots. On Saturday, March the 2nd, the time I believe that we settled on is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. March 2nd is going to be my very first Create and Captivate with Pandy Editing 101. So it's going to be beginner friendly, um, personalized, small setting. It'll be less than 10 people and myself doing one-on-one 3 1-hour sessions for a nominal $30. And in those sessions, I plan to teach about what apps are the best apps to use for your shorts, reels, TikTok, and Facebook videos. I'm going to show you what to use to customize your StreamYard overlays and thumbnails. We're going to talk about all sorts of stuff that have to do with your social media editing. So I feel like I'm super excited about it because when I came to YouTube, I didn't know the first thing about editing. A girlfriend worked with me one-on-one, much like I'm going to work with you all in this class. And after a couple of sessions of sitting with her, just as easy as I caught on with no experience whatsoever, you all are going to be able to catch on as well. And you guys are going to be able to step your editing game all the way up. And you're going to be so proud of what you do when you get finished. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm excited about it. And I feel good about it because a lot of people have been asking. And, I'm like, okay, I'll get back to this person and kind of walk them through it and get back to this person and walk them through. And I'm like, I just need to do it all at one time. And it came in handy because I'm temporarily suspended with my monetization. And that is a service and a skill. So why not be compensated for it? I'm not breaking the bank. I'm just asking for a little bit of support. After all, I support a lot of people. So I'm
Right.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I'm in the class because I'm ready to step my game up with these shorts, editing and things like that. And YouTube is also going to bring something to help us with our shorts too. And I'm just about to read about it and look at the video about it so I can report it back to Team Bill with Geo to see. So I don't know. I think it's in beta right now, but I need to read it all before and look at the video before I bring it to anybody because I need to know what I'm talking about. Instead of just saying what you think it is on the top of your head. I don't do that. I like to go and actually really look at a video or read about it or whatever. But the reason why I want to take Pandy's class is because I am ready to step up my game. I am ready to make some changes with my shorts and my long form videos. And if they got an app out there that's going to make it much easier, child, I'll pay that money to learn that, because basically YouTube is going to be hopefully maybe my top business. Okay, because I can make a lot of money on here. It's just that I need to make a decision that I want to step up my game. Okay, and if you can't make that decision that you want to step up your game and you cannot invest in yourself, then you're not going to get anywhere. Okay, you have to invest in yourself in order to step up your game. You have to get with the right people that know what they're doing about editing and all of this here stuff, And I look at the people in Team Bill with Geo, and I've always looked at Panda's stuff, and I'm like, how is she doing this? Now she's giving a class about it. Y'all need to jump on board or get ready to take her next class. Okay? Because she is very good at what she does, and she's very, very, very detailed. Okay? So I'm just encouraging, if you want to know more about how to edit and make it really look good and shine and keep people looking at your stuff all the time, take her class. So my last question, Pandy, is this. What advice do you have for new YouTubers?
Okay. So first, thank you so much for encouraging people to take a serious look at the class, because I feel like each and every last one of us, we have the content, that's going to bring people, that are going to captivate them and keep them. But if our thumbnails, our live stream appearance, our shorts and things like that are not trendy enough and eye-catching enough to bring new people in, to put us in front of a new audience, then no one is ever going to know except for the people that already rock with us. So this is why it's so important to always be on that cutting edge, trending trailblazer set of what can I do to enhance my visual appearance on social media. So thank you for that. Now, what I would say with regards to newer YouTubers, I operate as a newer YouTuber, even though it's been 5 years, because I don't want to get complacent and feeling like I know everything or I've reached some plateau. I feel like by doing that, it always has me, what can I do to enhance? What can I do to improve? What do I need to research? What's currently trending? What are the bigger YouTubers? Just staying on top of the trends that the larger, more successful content creators in your particular area or niche are doing. So what I recommend, and this is what I do, girls that are doing natural hair content or wig reviews, go and look at those that have the larger numbers. Look at the tags that they're using. Look at the titles, and kind of get inspiration from there. Obviously, you don't want to be copying other people's content word for word, but take take inspiration from the way that they're titling, from the way that they're positioning, from the way they're even presenting. Take a look at it. And that way, even by tagging and optimizing your content to be showing up in the algorithm right up underneath them. So I make sure I try to show up. Like if somebody I know that does similar content to me and they're getting 1,000 views every time they drop something, and I'm only getting 20 views, I'm gonna at least tag it up to where I show up 2 or 3 below them when people pull up that particular search item. So fully understanding SEO, which is your search engine optimization, is key. Pay attention to your YouTube studio. Pay attention to your analytics. Look at what it is saying, because they will tell you in the studio when your viewers are looking, when your viewers that are unique to you are looking at YouTube. And they will even recommend the best times for you to drop videos. It might be between 6 and 8 p.m. It might be between 12 midnight and 1 a.m. Acquaint yourself with that. Also, acquaint yourself with the YouTube policies and guidelines. Don't just go by what people say. Don't even go by what I say. Take everything with a grain of salt and then go research it for yourself. But always be on top of the trends and definitely model after people that are doing similar content, but that are thriving and successful, so that you can kind of get your inspiration and gauge your content and your style from that. Because obviously what they're doing is making it happen. And you want to be making it happen too. Those are my suggestions.
All right, Patty. Thank you so much for telling the new YouTubers what they should be doing. Because if I had somebody like us, that didn't mind reading the community guidelines and really getting a good understanding of what should be on your channel and what shouldn't be on your channel, then I would be in better shape. But I do have to say this. When we first started, YouTube was not as hard as they are now. They were, because we were doing the beaches and the raindrops and the fireplaces, and we got monetized. But change is on the way. Okay, the reason why YouTube is being, so strict about certain things is because they got to protect their site. Okay, they are partners with a lot of people, and sometimes these other partners don't like certain things and don't, want to YouTube to let the creators just do whatever they want to do and get paid for it. That is not going to happen no more. They are really checking monetized channels. Okay. One of the people in the back office told me this when I asked a certain question. This is what they said. You can put whatever you want on your channel. Whatever you want on your channel, as long as it's not copyrighted or anything like that. But make sure that it follows the monetization guidelines. Because once you go to get monetized, and all of that goo got stuff you got on there, you just may not get monetized. Reuse content and repurpose content. You cannot have a lot of that stuff on your channel. You have to have 60% of your channel has to be about what you said on the about page. And that brings me to this. When you get a YouTube channel, new YouTubers, make sure you fill out your about page and tell us what your channel is about. Don't have people going there and your about page is not even filled out. Most people just click right off and go on. Okay? Or if they did subscribe to one of your videos and they can say, oh, I never read the about page, and they click on it, and ain't nothing now. They said unsubscribe, and a lot of people be telling, "Oh, I'm losing subscribers." It's because you don't follow the rules. Okay, there are many ways to lose subscribers on YouTube. There are so many ways. It's so many ways that if you're not in with that community guidelines, you will not understand why you're losing subscribers. Okay? So it's just not about people that's trying to help you get subscribers. It's once you get them or how they subscribe to you. Okay? These are all the things that I talk about in Team Build with Geo. Okay, so that we can all stay on the same page. So if your about page ain't filled out and you trying to get monetized, they ain't gonna know what your channel is about. Strike one. They probably gonna say, we don't know what your channel is about because you don't have your about page filled out. Fill it out. Even if it changes through the whole year, make sure your about page is filled out. Okay, and everything on there. Okay, don't leave nothing out. So I want to thank you, Pandy, for being here. I appreciate you taking out your time to come on Boss Life Online and tell everybody how we met, girl. And I am just happy that we are friends, and God bless you.
Thank you so much for having me, Jill. I appreciate you. I love you. And thank you so much for the opportunity to come up and share.
All right. So this is the ending of this live, and how we met, collaboration, and most of the people that came up here is from Team Build with Geo. I just want to say thank you to Marlene, who came first, to Sylvia, and then Pandy. With that said, we are, well, let me go to the chat and do a quick shout out to everybody in the chat that came. Marlene Motivates, Maryland Cozy Lifestyle. I believe Tuba Chat was in here. Actually, Aubrey was in here. And I believe Angela Critters, Be Amazing Sylvia. Who else was in here? D-Lo Flo from the Philippines, and Marcus from Germany came as well. And Tuba Chat. And I think that's it for right now. So I am going to go ahead and close out this live because I've been up here a long time, and child, I'm tired and hungry. And it's time to go. So with that said, I just want to say this channel may not be for everybody, but it is for somebody. Bye-bye, everybody.